Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to today's class. So I hope that everyone is in good health. Please just give a confirmation that audio, video, everything is clear. Good evening Rexina, good evening. Okay, thank you. Good evening Aisha. Good evening Rekha. Okay, so yesterday we had done certain questions. We did certain questions on proposition logic, and few more questions are there. Okay, few more concepts basically. Good evening, Preeta. Good evening. So today we'll be discussing those concepts. Okay, basically, I hope you have heard rules of inferences there. Okay, so on basis of those, we have certain questions, and rest. Okay, so this is the propositional logic part 2 we are doing. That is practice questions. We are practicing certain questions, and this is the Telegram channel that you can join, net ria digimento. Okay, so here we try to provide the PDF of all the lectures that I take, and moreover other you are also informed about other classes that are being going on, that will take place, and plus doubt solving sessions is always available to everyone. Okay, so without wasting any more time, these questions we have already done. So let's start with today's class. So okay, so this is the today's class. This is today's first question. Is it visible everyone? Question is visible to everyone? Good evening Kirti, Preeta, Harshita. Good evening Harshita. Good evening Kirti. So this is the first question. I hope this is visible to everyone. Okay, so they have given you four statements, P, Q, R and S. Good evening Tripti, good evening Nandini. And they are saying that they have given you four statements, and they are asking that which of the following arguments, that is PQRS arguments, are valid. Good evening Varalakshmi. Okay, so basically you are given PQRS, small PQRS, as four primitive statements, and then you have been given four arguments, capital PQRS, and they are asking out of these four arguments which of the following are valid. Okay, good evening Umamgeshwari. So try everyone, try this question. I'm just trying कि zoom out zoom in हो जाए थोड़ा सा. Okay, so this is the statement. Here they have negation S implies Q. Okay, negation S implies Q hai. First, if it is visible to you, then you can do this one, and then I'll show you the statement. Okay. Good evening Teach Come Tech. Good evening Shushma. Good evening Radhika. Hello. So these are the statements. These are four statements, arguments basically, PQRS. Okay. If this is okay. Basically, they're asking which of the following arguments are valid. Good evening, Saravanan. Good evening. Yes. So, what is everyone getting in the answer? D. Okay. See, whenever you have questions of these type, okay, let us see the correct answer. The correct answer is option number C. Okay, so whenever you have questions of this type, that is that if you see that there are certain type of arguments are there, okay, certain type of propositions are there, and they are connected with the help of what? They are connected with the help of this and. Okay, so whenever you have this type of thing, what you have to do always, and then they are then implied this, if this is the type. Okay, A implies B, this is the type, and this A is basically composed of so many what you can say propositions that are connected with the help of or, and all together they are connected with the help of and, if this is the type. Okay, if this is the type. Okay, good evening जिसना. So always use rules of inference. में आपने एक rule of inference पढ़ा है, that is your resolution. ठीक है, so always use that rule, that is resolution principle. So what is resolution principle? Basically it says that these are termed as premises. Okay, what we can say, they can be termed as your premises or they can be termed as your clauses. Okay, so when these premises or these clauses that are basically disjunction, so I hope everybody knows that this, that is your or, is basically known as disjunction, right? I hope this you everyone knows that this is your disjunction, and this that refers to and is what? Is your conjunction, right? Good evening, Gaurav. Okay, so whenever you have this type of statement that you are having, what you can say, you are having basically the disjunctions, or you can say these disjunctions are, they are connected with the help of what? They are connected with your and operator. Okay, they are connected with and operator, then you can use this resolution. Now basically what is this resolution? Now if we see here, right, so if we just look, I think you all have started doing that, what you say ना, आप जो बोलते हो उसको पूरा सिंप्लीफाई करना शुरू कर दिया होगा, बट देयर इज नो नीड ऑफ सिंप्लीफाइंग. ठीक है, व्हाट यू कैन डू इज सिंपली, बेस्ट मेथड इज, आप सबसे पहले यू टुक योर पी. ठीक है, पी जब आपने लिया, सो पी इज व्हाट? पी इज बेसिकली negation of, if I'll do here only, so we have P. So first we will take negation of P or Q. ठीक है, so this is here, this is your first premise, this is your first premise. Then we have and, then we have second premise, that is R implies S. Then we have, this is the second premise and this is the third one. So this is your second one and this is your third premise or clause, anything you can say like this. ठीक है, now what you have to do, now you have to convert this R implies S in your disjunction form. So what it will be? It will be negation R or S, right? This is what you will get. This much is clear, everyone? ठीक है. So now what I have to do, now I will perform the resolution. Now what does resolution says? It says that when you have this type of statements, when they are in disjunction form and they are connected to each other with the help of conjunction, so what you have to do, good evening Heather, so what you have to do, you have to cancel out those terms that are complement of each other. ठीक है. Good evening Roslyn, I'll explain you what I'm trying to say. Suppose I have this thing that is P or Q and negation P or Q. If this is my proposition, ठीक है, this is the proposition and they are asking it implies to what. If this is the question that they're saying that this P or Q and negation P or Q implies to what, so what you will do, you will apply this resolution. Why you will apply resolution? Because you will see that these premises are your disjunction. Disjunction means they are connected with the help of this or, and between them they are connected with this and symbol. So how you will write? You will write first premise. जैसे logical reasoning, if you remember, we write, no, this is the premise, this is the second premise, and then we draw the conclusion. So here we'll draw the conclusion. Now how we'll draw the conclusion? We'll draw the conclusion with the help of this, that is P and complement of P. They are complement of each other, so they will cancel out each other. So this P and its complement will cancel out each other. Q and Q will give only Q. So the result of this proposition is small q. So why we are using this method? In order to save time. Now if this is very simple state, this is very simple proposition, you can even solve it by opening this bracket. But what will happen, this is a small example I'm saying, but if your question is big as we have in this case, so it will take a lot of time for us to solve this entire question. So we will apply this method. So now we are taking this P argument. Okay, let us talk about this P only. Now if you will try to see here, you try to cancel out. So negation P and this P will cancel out each other. Then we have negation R and R. So negation R and R will cancel out each other. What we have? We have S or Q. Okay, we have this only. So I can write it as S or Q, or I can write it as Q or S. Whatever you want to write, you can write it like this. Okay. So now if you try to resolve this, if you try to simplify this part, what it will be? Negation S implies Q will become negation of negation S or Q. So what it will be? It will be S or Q. So this term and this term, they both are equal. So I can say that yes, they are equal. That is, they are valid. Getting my point, everyone? Since the result, that is, if this is my A and this is my B, so I have to find that whenever I will solve this part, it should imply to this. So when this and this are equal, so I will say that my argument P is valid. ठीक है? इतना point clear हुआ everyone? इतना समझ में आया everyone? Any doubt in this one? ठीक है? So now P is valid. Now we'll see the options. Best thing is thus try for the elimination. Now P is in every statement, so I cannot cancel out P. ठीक है? Now let's check for Q. Next we will check for your statement, that is your argument Q. So now we will check for good evening Victory Ace. Good evening. ठीक है? Now let's check for the argument Q. So what is Q? Q is negation P and Q. ठीक है? So and आ गया. So this is a different statement. And now we have this thing. Now we will open this first. So what it will be if I have to open this? It is Q implies P implies R. ठीक है? So first we will open P implies R. It will be negation P or R. And then I have to this. So it will be Q negation Q or negation P or R. Right? So what I will write? I will write here negation Q or negation P or R. This is what I will get. ठीक है? Now I'll try to solve it. What it will become? I'll try to cancel out the terms that are cancelling, that are complement of each other. So negation P से negation P cancel हो गया. Q से negation Q cancel हो गया. Remaining आया आपका R. But if you see here, final में they have given you complement of R. If you see this statement, this is saying complement of R. And what we are getting? We are getting only R, right? So this means that this is not valid, right? So this and this is not valid, so I will simply write not valid. So this means that Q is not valid. So I'll check the options that are saying Q. So A will cancel out and D will cancel out. This much is clear? Basically यहाँ पे they just forgot, I think they should have put a bracket over here, because like this it will be like this. Why? Because whenever you will have this conjunction, no, this is basically treated as a different premise. ठीक है? So this is the easiest way. Negation P से negation P. Oh, अच्छा, okay, right, sorry, right. So negation P will remain as it is, right? Correct. So this will be negation P or R, correct? Okay. So negation P or R is not equal to negation R as mentioned in the question. Clear हो गया इतना everyone? Now let's check for option number R. Let's check for R. So I have this R. What is the argument R? Argument R is negation. What is the argument R? Q R. एक minute. Q R implies P. So I'll do it here. यहाँ कर लेती हूँ, ठीक है? So what is R? R is basically Q and R. Okay, so first we will open this one. So it is Q and R implies P. So first let us open this thing. So it will become what? Negation of Q and R or P, right? So what it will be? It will be negation of Q or negation of R or P. This is your first premise when you will solve this premise. And we have negation of Q or P. Now try to cancel out. So what will cancel? Nothing will cancel out each other, because there is no proposition that are what you can say complement of each other. P complement Q R. So it will be P or negation Q or R. And this is not equal to R. So this is also invalid. So P is valid. So we will cancel out what? We will cancel out R as well. So B will also cancel out and C will only remain. Right? Why R is not valid? See, R is not valid. This R argument you are talking, the whole R argument. See, what you have to do, you have to first open the brackets one by one, okay? So this is the first whole bracket. So what you will do, you will open it. So when you will open it, what you will get, you will get that this is Q and R implies P, okay? So what you did, you open this bracket, you will get this thing. You will get this thing when you will open the first premise, that is your this one. And we have and. So as soon as we'll see and, we will write it in the next line, that is your next premise. Okay, then we have negation Q or P. So we will write it like this, and we'll see what are complementing each other, and we will cancel out those terms. But here in this R part, nothing is complementing each other, so we will have to write them as it is. And in result, they are saying that result should be equal to R, which is not the case. Okay, try S, everyone. Try for this S part. Let's see this S also. So P and, so P this is written here over here. First we will solve this. P implies R. It will be negation P or R. And we have Q or negation R. So Q or negation R. Now we will solve it. So what will happen? P se P will cancel, because this is P, this is negation P. R and R negation will cancel, and result will be Q. So here we are having Q. That is, this is valid. So this means that P and S are only valid terms. Rest all are invalid. Okay, so this is why I have told this, why I have introduced this question basically, because this will solve a lot of time. Why it will solve a lot of time? Because अगर अभी आपको ये method मान लो बहुतों को must have known, P and S are equal, yes, valid है, so equal भी है, correct, ठीक है, many of you must have not known this method, so you would have solved this question by simplifying it, right? So it would have taken a lot of time. So that is why this is the easiest method to solve these type of questions. Okay? This is basically your rules resolution principle. Now next question. Next is, consider the following statements. They have given you two statements, S1 and S2. Okay? Then they are saying negation P is tautologically implied by this proposition, and statement 2 is saying negation P is tautologically implied by this proposition. So they are asking which of the following is true and false. I'll just okay, first आप इसको copy कर लो चाहो तो. This is your statement 1. If it is not visible to you, I have zoomed it, so you can please just copy it once. So they are saying negation of P is tautologically implied by, then you have this statement. ठीक है, just copy this everyone. जिसको भी problem हो रही है statement, जिसको भी blur लग रहा है screen, please. I think if you will change your quality of video, I think आपको visible हो जाएगा clear. If you're not able to, if it's not clearly visible, please change the quality once of your video. Okay, so this is one propositions they have given a set of propositions, and they are saying that this negation P is tautologically implied by this, and then statement 2 is saying same thing, but the set of propositions are different. Okay, so try this once. In this resolution, no, one thing you have to keep in mind that यहाँ पे जो भी आपके जो propositions होते हैं ना, that you are taking as premises, they all must always be having an or, that is disjunction. ठीक है, that is very important. Always keep this thing in mind. Whenever you will apply this resolution method, always keep this in mind that the literals that you are taking, the premises that you are taking, clauses basically, they must be connected with this or operator with each other, and with these two premises must be connected with and. ठीक है. Good evening, Jyoti. Done? Okay. Okay, chalo. Let's see. The correct answer is option number C. Both S1 and S2 are true. Now, how? See, try to understand this statement. They are saying that negation P is tautologically implied by. So, they are trying to say with statement 1, what they are trying to say, that this whole, your negation P and negation Q and negation Q or R and negation R, basically they are saying that this all is tautologically implied by this. Means that when you will solve this part, you will get this. That is, both of them are true. That is, both of them are valid. Tautologically implied means they are always true. So best what you can do, just apply the resolution without looking anything. Now many of you will think that this is what you can say, comma, how can we convert it into and. So basically whenever they say implied, whenever implied means, see, whenever you will see this word logically implied, okay, so logically implied basically means that they are talking if A then B. So if they are saying tautologically implied, they are indirectly saying that if you have these propositions, so these propositions will tautologically imply negation P. So here when you will convert it into this A, and if this form, that is your implication form, they will automatically change to and. Okay, so now let us try to solve this. So what you will get, if I take this S1, let's see this S1. So we have, if we look at this premise, they have negation outside and then they have P and negation Q. So what you will get if you will solve this, you will get negation P, or, because and will convert to or, and you will get Q. Then we have negation Q or R, and we have negation R. Now try to solve this. Now we will try to see what is cancelling out each other. So negation P is nothing. Q say negation Q will cancel out. R say negation R will cancel out. So result will come out to be negation P. And what they are saying here also, they are talking about negation P only. So this means that this is equal to this. So S1 is correct. Now let's check for S2. Same thing in S2. Now what will happen in S2? If you look here, S2 mein they have implied, they have used this implication. So you will change this implication. What it will become? It will become, I'll write here S2. It will become negation R or negation Q. Then we have R or S. So we'll simply write R or S. Then we have S implies negation Q. So in negation S or negation Q. And then we have P implies Q. So negation P or negation P or Q only. Okay. Now when you will try to solve this, what you will get? Negation R and R will cancel out each other. Then S and negation S will cancel out each other. And we have 2 times negation Q. So it will be treated as 1 negation Q only. And they will cancel out with this Q. So result mein aa jayega aapka only negation P. And this is what they are saying, that negation P is tautologically implied by this thing. So we are getting negation P only. So this means S2 is also valid. So that is both S1 and S2 are true. That is, negation P is tautologically implied by these propositions and negation P is tautologically implied by these propositions. So both S1 and S2 are correct. Clear? Any doubt in this question? Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Now they are saying the notation, this symbol, okay, this symbol denotes implication, that is implies, and this symbol denotes and. Okay, so basically they are telling you the basic meanings of the symbols, and they have given you 2 propositions or 2 formulae, X and Y. So X is basically this. I'll write, if you want I can zoom in. So X is basically B implies A implies B, and Y is basically A implies B and B. So they are asking which of the following is true. Out of these 5 options, which of the following option is true? So yesterday only we have discussed satisfiable and tautology. So I hope you all remember that. Okay, so try to do this and tell me what will be the answer according to you. आई थिंक इससे ज़्यादा एक्स्ट्रा प्रोपोजिशन लॉजिक में नेट के कॉन्सेप्ट्स में और कुछ नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. सो आई हैव ट्राइड टू कवर ईच एंड एवरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन दैट वी कैन हैव फॉर योर प्रोपोजिशन लॉजिक. Only for proposition. I'm not talking about predicate one, only proposition. So if you will practice any more questions, I think you will be able to do the questions now, because I have tried to cover each and every concept that is possible for your net point of view. Okay. Yes. Lately many of you have been asking about the important topics of exam, right? Like what are the main topics that we have to focus, what are the less important topics we have to focus. So I was thinking of making an analysis class, type of analysis class ki, from the 2020 paper we'll try to see ki what are the important topics that have been asked, and what are the new questions that have been introduced in 2020 paper, and regarding the entire syllabus, what are the important topics. I was thinking of having a class like this. So I just wanted to know that you want that type of class or no. वैसे तो I think it will be good to have that type of class, just a type of what you can say analysis class बोल सकते हैं, या फिर important parts, important topics बोल सकते हो, कुछ भी बोल सकते हो. I'm thinking of putting a session like this. So do give your views that what you want. And yes, done everyone, हो गया. Okay, so the correct answer is option number D. Now, why option number D is the correct answer? If you look here, let us look at your formula X. Okay, let us look at X1. What they're saying, they are saying that B implies A implies B, right? This is what they're saying. So we'll solve it. B implies A basically is negation B or A. Then we have negation implication over here, and then we have A implies B. So this will be this thing. Now we will solve this one implication. So it will be negation B or A, or negation A or B, right? So what we have to do, this will become B, this will become and this will become negation A. Then this will become or, this will become negation A or B. So when you will open it, you can change this. Good evening, Aditi, no problem. So this will become B A complement plus A complement plus B, right? So when you will solve these two, you will get B plus A complement. This is what you will get. Right now, when I'm seeing this thing, I can say that I will not get every time a true value, right? This I can say for sure. Why? Because if my B is true, or if I say that my B is false, okay? If my B is false and A is true, okay? B is false and A is true. So what will be the value of this thing? It will turn out to be B is false plus true complement is false. So I will get false. But there will be certain cases when I will get true as well. Okay, so this means that this X is basically what? This X is satisfiable but not tautology. Okay, so X, so I know this X is satisfiable. So X is satisfiable, X is satisfiable. X is not tautology, X is not tautology, correct. But this E is wrong, that is X is a tautology. Okay, now let's check for Y. Now if I apply the same procedure for Y, what I will get? I will get A implies B will give me negation of A or B, right? And it will give me and B. So now what it will happen is A complement plus B multiply by B. So this will be what? It will be A complement B plus B, and it will give you a simple B only when you will simplify it. ठीक है, many of you what you will do is कि आपने देखा कि यहाँ पे and है, so you will just keep it this like this only. No, if you are removing this sign, you have to multiply it with the entire bracket. पूरे bracket के संग multiply करना, ठीक है? So this will give you B. Now what will happen is, now B can either be true and it can either be false. So definitely this will also not be a tautology, but it will be satisfiable. So the correct answer will turn out to be option number D. Any doubt in this part? Any doubt in this question, anyone? Okay, so I think you know what is your mistake, where you made the mistake. Okay, now I have a question. Okay, I have a question. I just want ki everybody should tell me what it will give. So there is one statement. First statement is that if it rains, I don't know whether I have discussed this. Okay, victory is okay. Just wait. Let me just give this question. Then I'll explain you the concept. Okay. So if it rains, then I'll tell you this also. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay. एक बार ये question, just let me write this question once. Then cricket match will not be played. So this is your first statement, and second statement is cricket match was played. So the conclusion that was drawn from it is there was no rain. Now you have to tell whether it is valid or not. Okay. So before moving here, let me just clear everyone's doubt. Okay, what is the doubt? Gaurav is saying no ma'am, new concept. Okay, thank you Gaurav so much. Yes, victory is, you are saying satisfiable. See, satisfiable basically means that at least one, when you are having a truth, if you make a truth table and this is your final result, so in this final result, at least one value must be true. Okay, at least one value must be true. That is your satisfiable. Okay, and when you have valid says, when you are talking in terms of valid says that all the values must be true. If this is your final thing, so valid is equivalent to tautology, and satisfiable is equivalent to contingency. Okay, okay. And then Radhika was saying, ma'am, if we have done via truth table means how to find satisfiable. If this was the question, if I take this thing, that is B plus A complement. Okay, so what you have to do, nothing, you can just simply what you do, you have this A plus B complement, make a truth. First आप इसको simplify कर लो पूरे statement को, first simplify the entire statement, and then you, this is the result you are getting. Now what you do, draw the truth table. This is A complement or B complement? I think it is A complement B. It is not A B complement. It is A complement plus B. So draw the truth table first. So this will be true, 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 false, false, true, and false, false. Now we have what? We have A complement plus B. Sorry. So what we do, we will write A complement. So what is A complement now? A complement is, this is false, this is false, this is true, and this is true. Right? Then we have A complement plus B. So now perform the OR between these two. So when you will do it, it will become, this will come out to be true, this will turn out to be false, this will turn out to be true, this will turn out to be true. So we have at least one value as true. So when we have at least one value as true, we will say that this is satisfiable, and if all the values would have been true, we would have said this is a tautology. Okay. Okay, so what are you saying, everyone? They are saying valid, not valid, 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 valid. Okay. So yeah, now let's look here what you have to do, how you have to do. First, just write it as if it rains wale part ko, we will say how you will solve this. let's say it rains को we are denoting with R, ठीक है, and we are saying cricket match will be played, played को cricket played को we are denoting with capital P. Now if I have first statement, ठीक है, this is the first statement, what will be the propositional representation of first statement? It will be if it rains, that is this thing, if it rains then cricket match will not be played. This is my first statement. Second is saying cricket match was played. This is your second thing. And then you have to find this conclusion. So you can write this statement as negation of R or negation of P. Okay, now what you have to do, now you can cancel out the terms. So negation of P and P will cancel out. So result will turn out to be negation of R. And it is, this means negation of R means that there was no rain. And conclusion is also there was no rain. So this means that this is valid. Okay, now okay, so you have taken 3 terms. Complicate क्यों करना है, 2 में कर लो, है ना? Okay, now let's have one more question. Let me give you one more question. Yes, correct. Let me give one more. The question is, statement 1 is, if a candidate is corrupt, he will not be elected. He will not be elected. And statement 2 is, if a candidate is kind, he will be elected. So you have to find, you have to tell कि what will be the conclusion of this statement. What will be the conclusion of these statements? How P cancelled? P cancelled because we were having P and negation P. So when you have a term and its complemented term also, so they will cancel out each other. Try this one and tell me what is the conclusion that you are getting. So what you can do, I'll just help you a little bit. What you can do here is, candidate is corrupt. So let, for C you can say corrupt candidate. Okay. Then E के लिए you can write elected. And with K you can denote kind. So with the help of these 3 variables, I think you can solve this proposition and you can tell me what will be the conclusion. Okay. Correct, Heather, correct it is. So let's look here everyone. C not पहला वाला तो correct था, I think change क्यों कर दिया. चलो let's see. Let us see what will be the first premise. First premise will become, if a candidate is corrupt, that is this is the candidate, it is corrupt, then he will not be elected. That is this statement. ठीक है. Then second is basically what they are saying, if the candidate is kind, then he will be elected, right? So now what we have to do, we have to solve this. So what will be the first statement? The first statement will become what? It will be negation of C or negation of E, and second is negation of K or E. This is the statements, right? So this and this will cancel out because this is negation and this is not negation. So this is negation of C or negation of K. So this means that you can say if the candidate is not corrupt, या फिर आप इसको ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो, या तो there are two ways of writing this. Either you can write it like this or you can write it like this. So this means that if a candidate is corrupt, then he is not kind, and if a candidate is not kind, then he is corrupt. And क्यों आएगा? Why and will come? बीच में तो और लगा हुआ है ना यहाँ पे. And is basically between these propositions. इन दोनों को कनेक्ट करने के लिए हम and लगाते हैं, ठीक है. इनके बीच में and नहीं आएगा. इन दोनों को अगर हमें we have to connect these two propositions, then we will apply this and. Okay, I have one more question that is on basically कि satisfiability and validity पे है. So there's one more. Just this is the last of today's class. So the question is, P implies Q or R implies P and Q implies R. This is the statement. ठीक है, I hope this is visible to everyone. And they are saying that you have to tell whether this proposition is satisfiable or valid, what it is according to you. So this you have to see how you will solve this and how you will do it, and tell me whether it is satisfiable or valid, or tautology. अगर tautology है so valid हो जाएगा, right? So satisfiable or valid, what you think according to you it is. Best thing is after simplifying, no, change this or and to plus and multiplication. So आपको बहुत simplify, बहुत easy हो जाएगा in order to solve this. Valid? Okay, so let's see. So done everyone, let's start. Okay, everybody is getting valid only. Chalo. So now let's start solving this. So first we'll solve this thing. So it will become negation of P. This will become or. This is Q or R. Right? This is your, this thing implies. Then we have what? We have P negation of P and Q or R. RHS LHS सेम आपने इसमें, अच्छा, यू हैव अप्लाइड दैट रेजोल्यूशन मेथड. ओके, चलो रेजोल्यूशन मेथड अगर आप अप्लाई, चलो वो भी देखते हैं. लेट्स सी. चलो फर्स्ट लेट्स अप्लाई द रेजोल्यूशन मेथड ओनली. सो अगर ये आपका है P इम्प्लाइज, सो ये हुआ आपका. सो दिस विल बिकम व्हाट? सी यहाँ पे दे आर नॉट सेइंग कि आपका, दे आर आस्किंग सेटिस्फाइबल और वैलिड. यहाँ पे दे आर नॉट आस्किंग कि वेदर दिस स्टेटमेंट इज लॉजिकली इम्प्लाइड और नॉट. यू हैव टू सी दिस थिंग. ठीक है, अभी तक जो हम क्वेश्चंस वी वर डूइंग, दे वर आस्किंग यू वेदर दीज स्टेटमेंट्स वर वैलिड और नॉट. ठीक है, वो आपकी बात, दैट इज करेक्ट. बट नाउ दे आर आस्किंग वेदर दे आर सेटिस्फाइबल और वैलिड. ठीक है. So when you're having this type of things that is satisfiable or valid, and they're not talking about logically implied, or when they're not talking about implication thing, then in that case you have to simplify it. Why I'm saying this? If you see like this, if you see here, this will become negation, this will become whole complement, so it will become negation p plus q plus r. Oh, sorry. Basically you have to tell whether it is satisfiable or not. ठीक है, satisfiable और validity के बीच में पूछ रहे हैं, वो ये नहीं पूछ रहे कि valid है या नहीं. Getting my point everyone? Valid, see वहां पे जो they were talking about valid, that was basically कि ये वाली term and ये वाली term इसको logically imply हो रही थी कि नहीं, whether these two terms were logically implied by each other. That was they were referring to valid, कि whether this statement that I am saying is valid, that is it is logically what you can say implied. ठीक है, abhi I have to remove it. First let me do this simplification, then I'll explain you the difference between the two questions. ठीक है, just let me do this one. So this will be or, then we have here negation p, that is negation p or negation q or r. Here you are. ठीक है, so this will become p, this will change into dot, this will change into q complement, and this will change into r complement, plus this will change into p complement plus q complement plus r. Now you can see here that if I take this q complement common from these two terms, ठीक है, if I take q complement common, so I'll get q complement only, so the resultant will be q complement plus p complement plus r. If this is my result, so now it can either be true or false. I'll not get all times true values. Why? Because if my value of q is true, ठीक है, if p is also true, and if r is false, if this is the case in the truth table, so what will be the result of this value? The resultant of this will become what? This will become false plus false plus false. So the result will come out to be false, right? So this question is basically satisfiable. It is not valid, it is satisfiable. Okay, now you have tried to solve it with that method, that is your resolution one. Okay, let's try. We have to basically imply कि ये चीज आपकी यहाँ पे आ रही है कि नहीं. ठीक है, so we have negation p और q और r. Now you tell me, यहाँ पे आपने resolution लगाया कहाँ पे? Where you have applied resolution? Resolution basically apply होता है when you have two terms and these are that are connected with the help of and. You're getting my point everyone? Here this is one term and there is no and, there is no connection, there is no two different arguments or propositions that are connecting this. Okay, so here you will not apply that resolution method. Why? Because this is one simple premise, one single premise. Okay, and when you apply resolution, there has to be two premises at least. Now here you are only having one premise and that is also simple. So obviously ये वैसे तो if you see there are different terms, but when you have no other premise, how you will find the resolution? You're getting my point everyone? I hope I'm clear with my point, what I'm trying to explain. Yes, you cannot apply resolution. Why? Because when we were talking about resolution in the previous cases, in the previous questions that we were talking, what was the case? We were having premises. We were having at least 2-3 premises, and what we were doing, we were applying premise 1, then this premise 2, then premise 3, and then we were checking whether they are equal to this thing or not. Right, this we were doing. Here what happened is, this is the single premise that we are having, so with which we will check how we will find the connection between two different premises and see whether this is logically implied or not. Second step, कुछ गड़बड़ होगी क्या? I have opened this bracket. No, I have opened this bracket. ये आपका sorry implication open किया है मैंने, so that is why यहाँ पे and आया है बाहर और आ गया आपका sorry. Clear, Kirti? You have to open this implication, no? So when you will open this implication, this whole term will have a complement on its own. यहाँ पे complement लिखोगे आप. I hope this is clear, Kirti. I'll write it more correctly in case. ठीक है? So this is the difference between, so that's nice कि I have taken this question, otherwise you must have got confused अगर एग्जाम में होता तो, ठीक है. So this is why you will not apply resolution here. For resolution you should have at least 2-3 clauses or premises. Okay, so when you have this simple type of question, directly go with the what you can say simplification method only. Nothing else will work in this method. Okay. Yes, so I was asking about that analysis one. Do you want to have an analysis video? Do you want a basic general video? We will not discuss the questions, we'll discuss the topics, and we will discuss the strategy, we can say, or we can say ki how we can study different topics. So do you want a video like that? So that's, then I'll plan. If it is okay, then no worries. Till then, let me see. Ma'am, how PQR? Okay, what happened here is, if you see this thing, yeah, right, okay, wait. I'll write over here, ठीक है, यहाँ पे try to understand this thing. What is written here? This is written as PQ complement R complement plus P complement plus Q complement plus R. ठीक है. So if you remember, whenever we have questions to solve, what we do is basically we have, if this thing, that is A plus A B C, ठीक है. So what we do here is we take A common, right? We take A common and then we have 1 plus BC. So when I have told you already, when you will add anything to 1 basically represents true value. So when you add anything to true value, you will get true only. And when you multiply anything with 1, you will get that digit, that number itself. Okay, so what will happen here is, from these two terms, that is Q complement and PQ complement R complement, what you can do, take Q complement common. So what you will get PR complement plus 1 plus rest all को ऐसे रहने दो. Then this will come what? This will become same like this. So you will get Q complement plus P complement plus R. Clear? Swapnali, I hope now it is clear to you. Okay, ठीक है. So I'll plan a session of that type, ठीक है, and then I'll tell you when we will have that type of session. I think maybe Monday, maybe, right? Maybe on Monday we'll keep a session like this. मैम और चलेगा, ग्रुप में पोल दे देना आप. आई थिंक सब हाँ ही बोलेंगे, आई थिंक, बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज सेइंग. किसी ने नो तो बोला नहीं है. आई डोंट थिंक एनी, बिकॉज इट विल हेल्प एवरीवन. सो ओके मैम, फर्स्ट स्टेप नहीं, क्यू पे भी निगेशन है. क्यू पूरे ब्रैकेट, पूरे इस पे देखो, दिस विल गो हेयर ऑल्सो, दिस विल बिकम निगेशन पी, दिस विल गो ऑन दिस ऑल्सो, सो इट विल बिकम और, एंड दिस विल गो ऑन दिस ऑल्सो, इट विल बिकम निगेशन क्यू. पूरे पे है. डेली क्लास ही तो हो रही है. तिरुपति, आई थिंक डेली क्लास हो रही है अब तो. बस बहुत रेयरली ऐसा होता है कि बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टेन रीजंस आई एम नॉट एबल टू टेक द क्लास, बट जनरली आई ट्राई टू टेक द क्लास रेगुलरली ओनली. बीच में 1-2 डेज में 1 डे में भी स्किप हो जाता हो, बट आई टेक द क्लास रेगुलरली ओनली. सो टुमारो, दैट इज ऑल फॉर टुडे, ठीक है. टुडे आज के लिए दिस इज ऑल इन प्रोपोजिशन लॉजिक, देयर इज नथिंग एल्स इन प्रोपोजिशन लॉजिक. नाउ what we will do tomorrow, we will have a class on predicate logic, ठीक है. So now we will, from tomorrow we'll start the predicate one and we'll see. टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में, ओके, दिस इज द टेलीग्राम, व्हाट यू कैन से, आई विल शो यू द टेलीग्राम लिंक, आप वो ज्वाइन कर लेना, ठीक है. सो ये आपका टुमारो वील स्टार्ट विद द प्रेडिकेट लॉजिक एंड वील प्रैक्टिस द क्वेश्चंस. प्रेडिकेट लॉजिक इज समटाइम्स बिट कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बट इट इज ऑल्सो ईजी. उसमें भी कुछ इतना टफ नहीं है. समटाइम्स इट इज मतलब लॉजिकली थोड़ा टफ हो जाता है समझना. Okay, so Friday we have predicate logic and if possible we'll try to have a class of on Saturday also of predicate logic only, ठीक है. And then we'll see कि how we will proceed forward from the next week. I'll discuss with you all and then we'll see. Okay, yeah, so this is the Telegram channel that you can join. that is t.me/netRiaDigimento. ठीक है, so it is DIGII. Yes, Kirti, I'll send today. I'll give the PDF today. ठीक है, so this is the Telegram link. Aditi, आप इसको ज्वाइन कर लेना. And then so tomorrow, now we'll meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. sharp. ठीक है, 6 p.m. पे क्लास है predicate logic की. So do prepare the concepts of predicate logic because I won't be teaching from the basics. ठीक है, so basics अपने concepts आप पढ़ के आना. बाकी जो भी questions में whatever concepts we'll have in the question, we'll discuss those. ठीक है, so that's all for today. चलो, welcome, thank you so much everyone. Take care. Okay, bye bye, good night.